After obtaining his bachelor's degree in political science, fresh out of 4 years from the Army, Richard Lopez began working security at Boeing, an aerospace company, in 1987. Fast forward to 2010, he took the job as Director of Human Resources for the Cheesecake Factory. He is now currently the Senior Director of Human Resources for the same company. During the course of this interview with Mr. Lopez, it really helped me gain insight and career guidance. Human resources is the field I have been thinking of getting into for quite some time, and I was very excited to explore the kind of in and outs of this career field. I learned how Richard personally achieves success through leading a team and motivating a company. I also gained awareness for the reality of this line of work and some of the pitfalls I might run into. I learned what motivates him to success and how he works through his team to achieve company goals. Over the course of this impressive interview with this stellar individual, I began to get answers to some of my pressing questions. The first question that I asked Richard was, how do you balance being a friend to your employees while being respected as a leader? His answer was simple. You can't. You can't be a friend to your employees. You can be courteous, you can be friendly, you can be professional, but friends are too close and too much of an emotional attachment. If something happens and you have to separate a friend of yours from the company, it really could create animosity between the friendship and kind of sever the ties. I also asked him what are some of his word choices in his language catalog? What are some of the words he uses on a daily basis in the workplace? And he said basic manners, please, thank you, I appreciate it. For words he kind of uses for people that work for him, he asks, "What's your opinion? What's your ideas?" He wants to make sure to treat everyone with dignity and respect. Hackman and Johnson also kind of refer to this in Chapter Nine's Leader and Leadership Development by writing that connectedness is the key to understanding the nature of spirituality in organizations. By connecting people and having that open communication really creates that culture and just kind of the vibe in the workplace. I asked him what the most challenging part of his job is. And he said, when you're at this level, you have three people that work for you that are typically the heads of the whole company. And he needs to delight and meet all their expectations. And sometimes their expectations conflict each other. I asked him, what are some ways to build trust with your team? And he said, be honest, consistent, positive. You need to check in with them, have one on one conversations about life and um, things that they're working on currently, and if they're having difficulties or celebrate success. Hackman and Johnson also suggest that leadership with an organization should build a trusting climate. And much like how Richard does with his team, trust boosts confidence by encouraging teamwork, increases the flow and quality of information, and improves problem solving. I asked him, what culture do you kind of look for in a company when job searching? He kind of laughed and said, job searching? I hope I don't have to do that anymore, as he's very close to retirement. He said that he definitely looks for a work-life balance, as that's very important to him. Family is important as well as work, and he would like to balance both. Monetary value to the job is also important, as you do want to be able to provide and live comfortably. He also said that no matter how great the job is or the company that you work for, if you work for somebody that you cannot respect or you can't work with, then the job is not worth it. So I asked him what the most important key takeaway about human resources he would be able to provide for me. He said, if I need to decide if I need to be a generalist, which is somebody that does all the functions of human resources, or if I want to be a specialist, such as a recruiter or somebody who works in benefits. I also need to understand that as a human resources director or manager, it's about working for people, all people. So that includes employees, managers, executives. So you need to be an advocate for all of those. He also said what's very important is I need to be a business partner. I cannot sit at the table with head executives of a company and not know the business. By simply sitting at the table and saying we need to be nice to everybody won't get you respected as a leader for the company. Mr. Lopez truly embodies the type of leader I want to one day develop into. He expresses concern, treats people with dignity and respect, and listens to the needs of the company. He actively puts in work to sit at the table while being fair and doing what's right. I am now more than ever positive about my career path, excited to create change for corporations and, as Richard phrased it, be an advocate for people, all people.